Hi everyone, thanks for sorry, I'm just trying to get the I've also got a Twitter Spaces open today, guys. Um sorry, 2 seconds. I was sitting here trying to set everything up. I've welcome everyone, thanks a lot for joining us if you're live and loud with us on this Saturday morning. And I just thought, for this stream, I thought Saturday morning is probably the best time to do it because anyone who is up for watching it live, it's a Saturday morning thing, doesn't take up any time of your day. And then, the deadline is a bit later. It's in a couple of hours. So if you did miss this, there's still a good opportunity for you to pop in and catch a wee segment of it or whatever. I've also opened this up to Twitter Spaces. So if anyone comes along, might even have some guest speakers joining us as well. Reward opening. And Celtic. And I'll also be giving away the Celtic signed shirt today. Celtic signed shirt giveaway. Cool. So there we go. Spaces has been tweeted out. I've got a space open on Twitter. So if you follow me on Twitter, if you'd rather just listen rather than watch, you can join me on Twitter Spaces. And the microphone on that for this end, I've just got it on mute now because it is just me. It's sitting there being recorded now, so I don't know if that's worth anything to anyone. We're also live as well across Twitch and TikTok and all the other cool places where all the cool kids hang out. And yeah, cool. We've got so much to get through. We have got so much to get through. I've got 4 rewards to open today, and they're all different colours, which is great to see. So I've got no real expectations on rewards, so let's see how that actually pans out. I've got the draft to do now. I've kind of done where I'm at with the draft, right? But I've done it before the Serbia game last night. I don't think that's really changed my opinion on anything. But we're going to look at the tree. We're going to look at consequences. Obviously, I'm looking at my squad. So my decisions are tailor-made to my position. But we will be looking at player values. We'll be looking at different situations, point scoring potential, etc. If at any point in the video, the stream, the spaces, wherever you're joining us, you laugh, you learn, you like something or whatever, please do. Of course, like and subscribe, share, retweet, all the good stuff. And yeah, there's a bunch of you here live and loud on YouTube. As always, Sam D was in there. Fist bump, good to see you. Matchbox, Gareth Hughes, Sorare Josh, Gaza, double fist bump to you. And Sorare Josh, currently 24th overall in global. Fair to say this redraft is so important for me, Sorare Josh. That is incredible, mate. Fingers crossed for you, mate. 24th in the world. I know Tevin Bascom is top of my private division, so he must be right up there in amongst it with you. Or maybe you're top of mine now as well. That's incredible. Sorry, Josh. Congratulations, mate. Good morning to all who is joining us. And depending on what time zone you're in, it might not be the morning. This might be prime time for you. This might be dinner time or whatever. But it's a Saturday morning where I am. It's bloody freezing. And I woke up this morning, and I hate to moan or do anything like that, right? But woke up this morning and see that gland. When when you can feel it when you breathe and you swallow and stuff. So I've got a feeling I'm going to be a wee bit, I don't know, just a wee ill or something, maybe tomorrow or today. So not looking forward to that, but yeah, just that wee swollen gland, right under your jaw. I can just feel it. I can bubble, bubble, bubble. So anyway, and Tevin Bascom is here. He is 19th. Wow. You guys must be first and second in my private league then. Fucking good on yous, by the way. Great teams. And to finish the group stages in the top 25, you guys, in my opinion, you're still staring at the podium. These decisions, like you say, are crucial, but any number of things can happen, so very excited to see how you two guys get on. Anyone else who is joining us live, if you're riding high, if you are a runner and a rider, I want to know about it. Let me know in the live chats or anywhere you're finding me. Fist bump, of course, Tevin. And tackle taken slowly, Pickford. Fist bump, good to see you. With a goalkeeper, I would be top 2,000. Ouch. Missed out on rewards as I didn't have a starting goalkeeper. That's a pain in the you-know-whats. So for me, I don't know where to start. I'll probably start with the rewards, right? Because they're kind of fun to do. I'm not too excited about them. And they're all different colours. And I've got no idea what they're going to be. I've seen everyone else opening rewards and stuff. And my rewards recently have been pretty poor. So I've not really looked at anything. But international specials, this was like a farming squad. I would have just had all DNP players in it. So I'm not expecting anything from that. Same with this, I think, as well. But I think I had Aaron Moy and maybe Tanaka scoring some points. Underdog, I finished 41st, so this could be a decent card. This will be a tier 2 limited, I think. And in Global Cup, this is going to be rubbish. So I'll probably open this one first, because I think I could use this. So he plays for Senegal. Defender, if it's Koulibaly. Betis. Yusuf Sabali. Not sure. That's not one I've already... In the last round, I won Ricardo Rodriguez, the Switzerland left back. And obviously I've got a redraft for a defender, so I don't think this guy's going to come into the figuring for me whatsoever. Look at this. I think this will be unlimited. Oh no, it's not unlimited. The limited division, I think, that we farmed this out of. It's a Ghanaian forward, and it's Andre Ayew, which is kind of cool. That's fine. Oh, and it's a silver one. It's the first like kind of silvery thing I've got. That's fine. And again, that was just me putting out DNP. I'll show you the teams that these cards have been pulled from. You know, they're not anything amazing. Morocco goalkeeper Munir Mohammadi. Never heard of him, and that's a wee bronze one. But yeah, cool. And then for coming 41st, now at one point I was in the top 20 and I was quite hopeful Underdog was going to be quite good to me, but alas, top 40 we finished, and it's a Spanish player. He plays up front. He plays for Alaves, Miguel de la Fuente. I think if he plays, by the way, that's actually a really that's a really useful card for me this game week. Miguel de la Fuente. Ooh, add it to my collection. Check it out. Yeah. So there we go. That was all good. Now I want to check out that De La Fuente because I think I might be able to use him. He's a player. Yeah. Awesome. I think he'll go into my teams. So before I forget, I'm just going to slide him in because I did my... so what would he go into then? He isn't under 23, is he? So he probably goes into All-Star. I could probably play him ahead of a World Cup. Yeah, I could ditch Kramaric because... oh, he's not got a game. Oh, typical. Oh, well. That's fine. Doesn't interfere with anything then. Now... we'll have a look at, I don't even know where to start when it comes to the Global Cup, guys. You know, what should we look at first? Should we look at the redraft? Let me know in the live chats, whatever you are. Should we look at, oh, sorry, Yoon. Oh, Jesus. Oh, got yous. Thank you. Should we start with the redraft itself, or should we go on and, yeah, so should we look at the card values in the redraft, or should we go and actually look at the tree first? Now, I think I'm always inclined to try and get the football situation kind of grounded in my thinking, first of all, rather than the Sorare situation of L5s and card prices. You know me, guys. It's all about being as like sober to as many factors as possible and being like straight in the light. Now, I've obviously dropped the ball on that because I didn't really take too much consideration to the Roberto Martinez factor as much as I should have, for example. But for this round, I think now that we've learned exactly, you know, where everyone is, and obviously it's the knockout rounds, all the teams, we know who they are, they're kind of established themselves. We can see, 2 seconds, just add the window in here for you guys too. And that one can be, no, come on. Sorry guys, 2 seconds. There we go. Nope. Oh Jesus, I'm trying to get this little tree up, but it's not playing ball. But yeah, so in the next round we've got America. Oh, we could probably do it on Sorare, in fact. Yeah. We can do it on Sorare, I'm sure it'll look fine. Matches. Yeah, fantastic. That's where to do it. Boom. Sorare, the home of football. So why is that pay? Oh yes, I've got 2 of them now, don't I? Do that. There we go, sorted. So but what I want that tree for, if I still got it, yeah, is you see who gets who in the next round on it as well. But we've got Holland, and they're kind of all laid out in this way anyway, right? But on this side of the bracket, you basically anticipate, oh no, they're not laid out like this on Sorare at all. The fixtures are kind of all over the place, I think, compared to the actual the tree. Now, that screen's not good for me, so let me put it on this screen. Yeah, so the winner of America and Holland faces the winner of Argentina and Australia, right? Then the winner of that is likely to play Brazil, basically, because yeah, it's then Brazil, Korea, Japan, Croatia. So you're basically looking at the 2 semi-final brackets. You would probably say the majority of people would forecast an Argentina-Brazil semi-final over here. And on this side, you would suspect the majority of people, England versus Senegal and France versus Poland, resulting in France being in the semi-finals. And then from Morocco, Spain, Portugal, Switzerland, you know, like I know Sam Tai, the football guy, he has said Switzerland get to the final, so he obviously sees a path for them, and I can get behind that now at this point. Portugal, of course, have got great talent. Spain have got great talent. Morocco are no pushovers. That could really be anyone in that bracket, the semi-final. So I think that's what this draft selection becomes about, because by the time we get to the semi-final, who knows who's going to be injured, who's back, who's in form. There'll be a lot of different things, who's in your squad, etc. So we want somebody who's got a great chance of winning their match this game week, of course, but you want to have an eye on the potential of, especially for me, because I've lost midfield now completely with no Kevin De Bruyne coming through. I need to get a midfielder for today and for tomorrow, hopefully, because maybe in the next round, who knows what I'll need. I don't want to be going for a midfielder again, because then that's just, anyway. I think he's getting what I'm coming from on that one. So, yeah. So that's what I'm kind of thinking in terms of the main draft itself. Do you see anything different taking place over these ones? Or do you think it is going to be... Are we going to see what we didn't get in the group stages? Are Argentina going to blast Australia? France probably should beat Poland quite convincingly. I don't think the England game is a foregone conclusion. I could easily see Senegal taking this to extra time. And then who knows when you get to that stage. And yeah, the list goes on. Maybe Brazil's a bit straightforward, especially if they really go for it. But again, Korea showed great resilience to qualify. And Japan, Croatia, man, I do really think that could be a real coin tosser, De Bruyne has ruined my Global Cup, says Slow-Mo. I don't think it's all lost yet, man. I think you can still nail it and get into something decent. You're not going to get, top significant places, but you can still get into the good bits, because other people will give up. So I definitely wouldn't discount your potential still. Got 330 points with Global Cup, but Thiago Silva didn't play. Ouch. Pokey Jordi, fist bump, good to see you. Ian Sorare, fist bump, my man. Slow-Mo, of course. I don't think I caught yours. But yeah, so I think, this half, Morocco, Spain, Portugal, Switzerland is like is really the dice roll. Like, you could get a great differential out here. Like, I was looking at João Cancelo, I was looking at Bruno Fernandes even, and then even when you look at Spain, like, let's look at the draft. I thought Dani Olmo was a fantastic shout. Like, he's played every game for Spain. And so up front, I've went with Depay, right? Because he played the last game. He's somebody I would have picked on match day one. And after doing the End Product podcast with Stish and our special super sub, make sure to check that out if you haven't already. The video's not uploaded. It will be after we've went live today, but the audio version has been out on Spotify and Apple and whatever. You just search End Product Sorare podcast. It will come up straight away. And so yeah. So we don't, the consensus is Julian Alvarez, Spider-Man, is going to be starting over Lautaro Martinez. So I've then only got Griezmann coming into this match, and yeah, he's got a great game against Poland, but it's not the best fixture. And then I'm going back to a forward I would have picked on match day one, and it was probably a good thing that I didn't pick him on match day one, because he, didn't play, and I wouldn't have needed him anyway. And Lautaro, and anyway, so I think the Depay one makes sense for me. In terms of the forwards, I do think like most people will be quite well set. If you did have a Neymar, that is your chance to just go and get Mbappe now, or even Gakpo. Richarlison, I think, is still great value, by the way, at 14 points, because I don't see his World Cup slowing down any, to be honest with you. Maybe I should take Richarlison over Depay. I really want Depay, It is against America, which I don't enjoy backing, so I don't know. Maybe I take Richarlison, man. Richarlison could spank Korea. Oh, I don't know. I'm kind of torn now. I really want Depay in my team. But you know what? I think I'm going to go. I can't believe Richarlison's 14, really. See when I see that. Because in midfield, I've picked a Brazilian as well, as you can probably see in the top icons. But yeah, no, I think Richarlison at 14 points, I think that's incredible. But in terms of the forward positions as well, like across this, I didn't see anyone that really jumped out for me. I do hope, of course, that Lautaro gets back into the Argentina team. I hope he hasn't dropped at all. But when that's what everyone's telling me he's not going to play, then I can't play him, because it's just too dodgy. And I would like to get a good round. I think if I get a good round of 16 in, like I was just saying there to somebody in the chat there, 19 Jack is saying Netherlands are getting knocked out by the US. The US have looked good. Yeah, well, I don't enjoy going against America, because I have them to beat a wild card in this World Cup, and I could see them causing the Dutch problems in midfield, and it's just up front. America just need to take their chances. But yeah, no, I make you right. It's not they're not going to run over them, I don't think, so I don't want to back that as a definite fixture. And then when you look at some of the other players from some of the other teams, it's like, who is of real value that you can get here to supplement even just for the match day, who's quite cheap. And for me, there's some okay options depending on what you're thinking. But think now that I've seen that Richarlison at 14, I think that's incredible. I think Kramaric at 11 is really good as well, because he will start against Japan, and like, you know, he's always in amongst it. He's always in amongst everything attacking for Croatia. There's no getting away from it. Maybe Perisic, probably Modric, but Kramaric is always like, he's always in the final third. Ismail Assar as well against England. I think he's got a decisive in him in that match. I think that's quite obvious. You know, he plays in England. He's played in England for the last couple of years. He won't be fazed by Jordan Pickford and goals and Harry Maguire. You know, Ismail Assar is going to be buzzing for that game. He's going to know, I've got these guys. I can play at this level. And for 12 points, I think he could be a great shout. You don't need him to win. You just need him to get involved in the action, you know, if you're prepared to redraft again in the next round. Felix at 13 could be interesting. Same with Alvaro Morata. Julian Alvarez again. People are telling me he's starting. Oh, Usman is 14. Oh, I prefer Usman over... Because I've got Griezmann. Oh, that's a tricky one, by the way, because I do really rate Ousmane Dembele. He's the same points, actually, as Richarlison. He's on the total other end of the bracket, which means I avoid Argentina. Because I've got my Argentinian goalkeeper. That's another consideration I'm maybe thinking about. But yeah, so Ousmane at 14 or Richarlison at 14, it's a great dilemma I've found myself in. Ronaldo at 16 isn't too far off consideration either, because I've got leftover budget, and it is Ronaldo's quality. But I don't think, it's not, Portugal versus Switzerland is not a game I want to get involved in. Really, it's just got random all over it. Anything could happen in that match. I want some, Brazil against Korea should be, and again, France, Poland, like, these ones are I'm fairly confident in, and I think most people would be as well. And it's just having that right combination of pieces, I suppose, who is going to play, who is going to be involved in the goals. And, I think Richarlison, he's probably on for Golden Boot. So I think Dembele could do like 3 assists in a goal, but, he could have that kind of game. Both are 100 capable, I suppose. So, yeah, I'm just going to stick with Richarlison. Giroud's an interesting shout as well, basically around the same points total. Dybala is a rip-off at 15 points, especially when Alvarez and Lewandowski are down here, and Ousmane Dembele. Son isn't bad for 13 points, depending on what your opinions are of the Korean attack potential. And but yeah, Sang Sar at 12, Kramaric at 11, also great value forward picks. In midfield, right, so I've went with Paqueta, because again, like the Depay logic I came into the draft with, I thought, who would I have taken on match day 1 if I knew they were going to play? Now, Paqueta's played every game. He's just not done anything yet. But a game against Korea, he could definitely do something in. He's only 14 points as well. And compared to, like, Enzo, everyone's telling me he's going to start. And you know what? He probably will, right? But for 16 points, like, there's a wee bit of jeopardy there. Bruno Fernandes, nailed. Bernardo, all these guys are nailed. A wee bit more expensive. As well. I do have leftover points, so I could upgrade the Paqueta, because he hasn't scored great yet, but I did fancy him as the best in the kind of 14-point mark, but some of these guys I can maybe now afford, because I've went down from Depay to Richarlison. I've saved myself 3 points on that. So I love Phil Foden as well. I'd love to play him. I would hate to back England in a World Cup in any fashion, and he doesn't get played. So again, I think he's a bit of a rip-off at 16 coins. I think Bruno Fernandes is very tempting, because even in like a 0-0 draw that goes to extra time that this game could be, he could still have like 15 attempted assists and all that kind of stuff, and still have amazing AA. So Bruno Fernandes, I think, is still, along with Rodrigo De Paul, very similar fashion. Very safe AA cards this game week. Di Maria's got a bit of that with his dribbling, as does Bukayo Saka at 15 points as well. So those guys, yeah, very interesting kind of batch there, I suppose. I was quite tempted by Pedri, because I think Spain can get to the semi. I can see Spain beating Morocco. I can see Spain then easily beating on their day, Portugal or Switzerland, And I know all those games are actually quite tight. And if you look at them historically, none of those games have actually been easy for Spain. But I think the way they're playing and the team they've got, I think they could do well. Tchouameni's good at 14 points as well. But as I say, when I'm scrolling through this, I don't see anyone that I think is like, yeah, good AA. Actually, where is he? The one I thought was the best value was Dani Olmo. Down here at 12 points, he started every game for Spain so far. He's had like a couple of goals, and he's had decisives in this World Cup. He's 12, and I thought for a midfielder, he was great value. But again, when I'm just trying to lay out the brackets, I'm like, I don't want to have Spain. I just don't want to back Spain. I just don't think it's that certain that they're going to definitely beat Morocco and they're definitely going to progress, etc. So, I find it difficult to back Spain. But if you are back in Spain and you've not looked at Dani Olmo for midfield at 12 points, then I would definitely recommend it. And I was also saying on the end product stream that I'm weirdly attracted to picking Daichi Kamada in this game week because he is an FC Barcelona. That's my Sorare club. He's a legend. He's won me so many cards in the past. Huge hero over here. He's 11 coins. He's played every game so far. He's a key player. He's going to start this game. He's always goal dangerous. He's one of these guys who just pops up. He's just like a shadow. Just pops up and puts a ball in or plays an assist or something. And for 11 coins, I think Japan are, going to enjoy playing this match. I think tactically they'll come into it quite well. Coop Miners, I could say quite similar things about him and his match. But again, we're talking about America earlier on, and I don't think that's worth backing necessarily. And then as you scroll down here, it's kind of then, yeah, you're then kind of dicing with a few other more variables or whatever. So I went with Paqueta. I say Olmo I could maybe be tempted by. Again, I can upgrade now, which is something interesting. But I think I would maybe rather upgrade in defence because I only had 13 coins and I picked Lisandro Martinez. But now I've got 16 coins. I wonder if I can. And yes, I can. I can bring in who I would have picked on match day 1, and I didn't because of you guys. And it was good advice at the time, but obviously it worked out the opposite. And that is, of course, the man of the group stages, Theo Hernandez. So I'm bringing him in now because I've saved that money on Depay to Richarlison. So I'm actually quite buzzing with this now. I think we've got an amazing setup now for match day 4. So I'll be going with Emi Martinez in goals. Everything I've said aside, they're probably the favourite team for a clean sheet this game week. And then in defence, I can play Theo. In midfield, I'm playing Paqueta. Up front, I've got Griezmann. And up front, I've got Richarlison. I think that is an apex team. Now, who is the most 100 capable here? I'm going to go with Griezmann. Because, yeah, I'm going to go with Griezmann. Or do I go with Theo? I suppose Theo's got back to... Theo's killing it, isn't he? He has to keep on. His 100 run? Oh, I don't know, actually. Captain choice is quite difficult this game week. Who would you pick for captain? Let me know. Who would you pick here? Bruno Fernandes is an option, Ian. Bruno Fernandes is an option. I could get Bruno Fernandes. Anyone could, It's free to play if you've not got your team picked out yet. The link's in the bio. It's a free-to-play game. You'll start with like 100 points and you pick your full team from scratch. You can play now and you'll win stuff for this game week. It works like every individual matches, there's competitions for like match day 4, match day 1, whatever. And then there's an overall leaderboard as well. So just because you missed the beginning, it means the overall leaderboard, you're not going to be anywhere near that. But on each of the match days, for the last 16, the quarterfinals, the semi-finals, and the final, you can be involved in all of that. I'm giving away a signed Celtic shirt today from a competition that I'm doing. I'll just do it now, in fact, from the group stages. So while you guys tell me who I should captain, right, I'll come back to this page in a second. I said the number 1 team in my private league, again, the link to it is in the description below, who has a Celtic player. So Juranovic, Moy, Carter Vickers, or Maeda. The top team on match day 1, match day 2, and match day 3 in my private league that contains one of those players is going to get a raffle ticket. And then now we're going to draw the raffle winner and they will get the Celtic signed shirt. So hopefully it goes to somebody who appreciates the prize, has worked for it, and, is like put a bit of thought and guile into it. And when I seen the teams, I definitely had that. So on match day 1, we had Callum 1998, and his big scorers were guys like, I think Courtois bailed him out. We had RDP that let him down a bit, but he had Juranovic on match day 1. So he got the first ticket for that. So I'm just going to scrumple this into a little ball. So this is technology. And then I've got a Celtics hat. Sorry, that's the only thing I've got here. And we'll put that in there. And then on match day 2, friend of the channel, Hendo, he had Josip Juranovic as well. And he had guys like Di Maria and Messi and Mbappe and all that going off for him. And match day 2, he home and hosed it. And then in match day 3, into the Celtics hat, we have, and I love this name, by the way, because I read it a few times and I was like, oh, I wonder how it's so rare you are, right? And I said it like that the first couple of times, and then I thought, is this a Yoda-ism? And I was like, so rare you are. So it's so rare you are, okay? And he is in the hat as well with Hendo. And as you can see, you should be able to see there's 3 little balls that we've just scrumpled up there. You've seen the names on them. And I'm just going to pull out the winner out the hat. Now, the next giveaway I'm going to be doing is pre-World Cup final. We'll be doing a stream just like this, but it's not going to be names out of a hat. it's going to be RNG. So there's going to be 3 random numbers, and the RNG number that you have is going to be your position on this global leaderboard, like my private league. So I'll see how many entrants there are. Say there's 3,000. I'll say out of 3,000, it's going to give me a number. I then go to the leaderboard, find that number, and then one person is going to get, or two different people will get a St. Pauli shirt from this year, just a shirt, and one of you will get a St. Pauli shirt that's been signed by the entire squad from this year. So you just need to enter the Global Cup. You could be in the very last place. You'll still have a raffle ticket, you know, and it will be RNG on a computer thing. You know, it's not going to be this. So, yeah, without any further ado, just so you can see again, everything's still here. Nothing's changing, or blah, 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 blah. The winner is... That one was jumping out, so... Pull that. Celtic signed shirt goes to... Oh, it was the winner of match day 1, Callum 1998. Congratulations, my man. You are the winner of the Celtic 22-23 season squad signed shirt, my man. Congratulations. Commiserations. So, well, here's the Callum, right? We'll do this again. We'll do this backwards. So here is the Callum. He was the winner, of course. There is Callum. He wins. Commiserations, of course, to in second place, who gets absolutely nothing. I'm very sorry. But great effort all the same. Was friend of the channel, Hendo. So I'm sorry, my man. And sorry. And then again, that's us for match day 3. So there you are. Sorry, my man. So Callum, congratulations. You are the winner. And yeah, guys, I want you to tell me. I've not got any suggestions yet. Thoughts on Modric. So I've got some stuff in the live chat to pick up from you guys, right? But I don't see anyone telling me who should be captain here. Looks like Tio has a little injury. Don't do. You've done this to me last time. He's done this to me last time. Don't. I need to search this. You cannot be serious. I've actually forgot that we've got Twitter Spaces on, so I've not even seen if anyone's come up to request to come and have a chat with me or whatever. I don't even think anyone's even listening to it, to be honest with you. But yeah, we've got 2 people in. Sorry, my screen went dead on it. But yeah, I forgot we were even on Twitter Spaces for a minute there. But yeah, I'll need to actually check out on currently 4th in your league, Liam King. Fist bump, my man. Good to see you. So Ian Sorare reckons Griezmann captain. Good day, Quinny. I picked Griezmann, Bruno, Laporte, then a 5-point keeper since my keeper got kicked out and Laporte went up by 2 points. So it's like I'm stuck with those picks. Fair enough, man. I looked at, let's say, like Spain, if you're going to back them, cool. But I need to check out this Theo Hernandez situation now. So it was actually Lewis Duncanson here. I think yep, that's him. So congratulations, my man. But we're going to go look at Theo Hernandez. Latest. I think this is like team of the group stages and stuff, eh? Oh, that's what we should do. Play sharper. That's exactly what we should do. I think I already looked at play sharper, in fact, last night. Let's check it with the Brazil team that I looked at, and then we'll look at it with anyone that you guys were asking about as well. So in the Global Cup, let's see, the first questions I was asking, so yeah, we're talking about Theo Hernandez, right? So let's have a look at that. Yeah, 90% on. I'm quite happy with that as well. I did look at Koundé, by the way. He's very well priced on coins. So is Konate. Konate is like 11. And, you know, this has got him I think this is much closer to being 50-50 than 60-40. I wouldn't be surprised to see Konate start with Upamecano in there at all. So... yeah, if you're up into that kind of pick, maybe he's the one for you. Again, Ousmane Dembele, Griezmann, I can't get away from them. Mbappe, of course, France team's incredible. But yeah, so I think, no, I'm quite happy with Theo on that basis as well. I say I've not seen anything about his injury or whatever. So again, if you've seen something, let me know, of course. And in Brazil, Korea, they don't have Paqueta. They've got Fred and Casemiro. I don't see that. I see Fred as, yeah, Fred only comes in different situation. If Neymar's back, especially, yeah. I think Paqueta starts this over Fred. And but that does worry me now. But Richarlison's on 90%. I think that's great. Rafinha, Rodrigo, yeah, Rafinha's going to play there along with Vinny and Neymar. And I think Neymar even being sketchy, like if he doesn't play, Paqueta certainly play. You know, so I think Fred is more the manager loves Paqueta. That's one thing that I know. That I'm happy to back. I do think that's a great fixture, and I think if I get the midfielder for Brazil that is going to be involved in a goal or an assist or something, that could be a great play for me, because I just do think that, yeah, that's a great fixture. Because again, I just don't think a lot of these other ones have. So let's look at England-Senegal. So England are expected to go back 4 again, which is fine, I suppose, from their perspective. Kyle Walker, 60% on over Trippier. Bellingham and Rice. Henderson in the 10. This can't be, like, positionally accurate, eh? Like, surely that's Bellingham that's going to be playing there. This is wild. Saka, I get it. Sterling or Rashford. I know Rashford scored, so whatever. That's fine. Kane. And then Dia, Sarr, Ndai, Papi Gay, Papi Sarr, Papi Cis. Papi Gay, Papi Sarr, Papi Cis. Papi Gay, Papi Sarr, Papi Cis. It's a great midfield, isn't it? Ishmael Jacobs, who had some trouble actually at the beginning of this World Cup with like visa and access and stuff. Abdou Diallo, who I've been impressed by. Koulibaly, the monster. Sabali, who I've just won, actually. So he's 80% on to play. And Edouard Mendy, who I thought was going to be a great goalkeeper for this tournament, has a great opportunity to do it. And again, similar to what I was saying about Ismail Sarr, Edouard Mendy's not scared of Harry Kane, you know, like, he's a Premier League goalkeeper himself. So yeah, I don't think that's as great a game as maybe some people might make it out to be. Netherlands, America, this is always going to be a good game to look at. So expected to be the whole 3-5-2 thing again. And I think, yeah, De Roon, De Jong, and Klaassen could easily fall at the hands of MMA, you know. Musa, McKennie, and Adams, the midfield 3 for America, because, you know, they 3 have been playing together. Like, honestly, see all the caps they've got over the last like year and a half. They always play together. They've got great synergy. They've all got very similar pros and cons, and, you know, but they do complement each other really well. And I think really the missing link is I really don't know why Jesus Ferreira isn't starting a game. I get Timo Weah starting. I get Pulisic starting. But I don't know why now at this point. Josh Sargent, you know, he's been handy, right? But let's put Ferreira up there. You know, give yourself a real danger, man. A guy is out there to make a name for himself. Dest has been class when he's had minutes. I think Anthony Robinson's he's really impressed me. And then Zimmerman and Vickers is now a 50-50 coin toss. I think Vickers comes into this game, to be honest with you. I think he's more battle-hardened against the likes of Depay and Gakpo, like having played Champions League football, versus Walker Zimmerman, who I don't think has even played CCL for Nashville or for Dallas or whoever. So yeah, I think you go Carter Vickers again. I think that's why he came in for the Iran game, because I know it's like, you know, if you've played in an old firm, you can then play in America versus Iran in Qatar. It feels like going to Ibrox in a way, you know, like it's just the hostile environment. You're the outsider coming in and all that. And it obviously was fantastic. And again, you know, in this kind of game against quality opposition, I think you trust Carter Vickers over Zimmerman in that respect. And then Turner's been okay in this World Cup, hasn't he? So I think this is going to be a good match for us all to watch, but I don't know if it's going to be a good game to get involved in on the draft necessarily. I've only had one shout for a captain, which has been Griezmann. What's the Argentina team? Oh yeah, good shout. The Argentina team, again, a lot of people have been talking about it, and a lot of folk have. Yeah, Alvarez starting over Lautaro, Papu Gomez here, or Angel Correa, or this guy or that guy. Again, I don't know why Lautaro wouldn't start in this position. You know, again, I'm firmly of the opinion that Messi and the manager love Lautaro. So when I hear people saying, oh no, Alvarez has done more and he's going to be in, okay, cool, play Alvarez there, but is there not room for, I thought maybe Di Maria is going to play in this position or something, but if he's not available now, that was news to me. Is he injured or something? Why is Di Maria not in the reckoning? So if Di Maria's not in the reckoning, I don't know why you wouldn't play Lautaro Martinez here, really, and just, because he's very busy. He's a very busy player, you know. Bruno G might start for Brazil if Neymar is out instead of Fred. That would be a much better. Rob Beast. This is Sorare overall the game. The link to it is in the description of the video. You can draft a team for free. And you can start from now, you know, 100 points and all the rest of it. Everything I've explained. Again, there's if you need anything specifically, just give us a shout and I can help you. But I don't want to give you a free ranging explaining. You don't need it. You've already done it. You're halfway there or whatever. Thoughts on this team? Alisson, VVD, Bruno. I'm guessing that's Fernandez. Messi, captain, and Richarlison. That seems like a really good team. A really good team. Wow. No Di Maria. Yeah, again, I think we're all kind of on the whole no Di Maria thing. Enzo's on for 90% along with RDP and Alexis. I really like Alexis McAllister as well. And if he's on 90% to start, now I think that's actually quite tempting because I've got Lautaro. And I know Lautaro's not playing, but I think he might. I don't know why. It doesn't make sense to me. Why is the script with Di Maria? Di Maria's 50-50 to make it. Got a thigh injury. Got you. Ian Sorare, fist bump. Great intel. Hi to everyone that's joining us, UK Drills, and everyone else that's joining us on TikTok. Again, feel free to get involved in the chat. My lighting's not too good on TikTok, actually, so apologies for any of the screen not looking good or anything. I'm also on YouTube. We're also on Twitter Spaces. And again, I thought on Twitter Spaces, if anyone wanted to come in and have a laugh with us, they could have. Charlie for captain, you reckon, Mikey boy? Griezmann cap. I've got a few Griezmann shouts now. Message Jeremy, he definitely won't be on the school run now. Jeremy actually got back to me, and me and Jeremy had a wee kind of, and then Griezmann didn't start, It was it was actually quite a funny wee exchange, actually. I don't think, if Jeremy's up and about, I'm sure he'll probably catch in with us at some point. And in the Australia team, we're expecting, the midfield three of McCree, Moy, and Irvin to remain. Oh, along with some other bits and pieces. Aziz Behic, the first Dundee United player to get to the knockout rounds of the World Cup, playing against Messi in Argentina. Now, I'm actually really tempted on Alexis McAllister. Really tempted, because I know he's cheap as hell. And what was the Spain projected team? So we've got Hakimi and Mazraoui both playing again. Amrabat, Onana, Sabiri, Ziyech, Enesiri, Boufal. I think this Boufal's been a real disappointment in this World Cup whenever I've seen him. Now, I've not put a huge microscope on top of him, but it's just my vibe. Olmo, I think Olmo's the pick out the Spain forwards, and he's a midfielder card at 12 points, Pedri's great, but he's 15 points or something. It's a wee bit more expensive. Jordi Alba is a nice mid defender pick as well still, because he is just capturing his best form again. But are they going to really hump Morocco? I was saying, I think this is like some sort of derby, because I know when I've been to Mallorca on holiday, there's a real kind of like, it is like a halfway between Spain and Morocco. I'm sure it's Mallorca. It might be one of these other islands. I'm sorry if I'm getting it wrong. But so I think there might be a little bit of a derby-ish element to this, Morocco and Spain. So I wouldn't be surprised if there's a few more kind of cards in this game. There's maybe a bit more tasty in that respect. And maybe there's not that many clear-cut open chances, which makes me hesitant on the fixture and even Spain's potential to progress, because that might favour Morocco. Morocco might have a great game, and beat Spain. And Portugal, Switzerland, let's have a peek. So Carvalho, Neves and Bruno, the midfield three seems pretty strong and reliable. Front three of Felix, Bernie and Cristiano Ronaldo seems formidable. Now, Sommer didn't play the last game. So, actually, do the Swiss have, chinks in the armour now? Because if they, Sommer is a big part of their success. Like, he's a big player for them. And I don't know if it was maybe a calculated risk from their part. Maybe he's a little bit injured, resting him that game. Gives them the potential to play this match, and they fancy their chances to not lose against Serbia without him. And maybe that was a call from the manager that's paid off ultimately. But maybe it actually increases the chances of, like, Bruno and Ronaldo, Bernardo Silva, Felix. There's a lot of nice combinations that could happen here, even with the fullbacks. Cancelo and Rafael Guerreiro loves getting into the box from left back. Loves it. Dallo's on it back up, which is a bit of a shame for him, I suppose. But yeah, I think, again, the Portugal team could do really well. But again, would it surprise you if Switzerland and Portugal finish 0-0? Now, that's what I can't get past. And then you're then like Bruno, you could still get away with Bruno, I think. He'll still break 60 on AA in a match like that. In Switzerland, I don't know, depends how it goes really. So the goalkeeper definitely will, you would imagine. But yeah, hard to say at this point in the reckoning. So yeah, I'm not sure if my opinions have changed after scrolling through the predicted 11s. I think this is the last one to look at, really. So we've got Gonda in goals. We've got Sakai, Nagamoto. So both the guys that have played in Europe at fullback. Yoshida, who has been playing in Europe for ages, still is. And then Taniguchi. What's wrong with Tomiyasu? Is he maybe a bit injured or something? I would think Tomiyasu's favourite to play in this team, unless he's a bit injured. So then we've got Tanaka and Morita. Tanaka scoring big in the last game, obviously, is going to give him a huge confidence boost. They now finally reckon that Minamino is going to start over Take or Mitoma. Oh, it's a coin toss between the three of them. Kamada should start. I make that right. Ito, yep, will start. And then Dyson, I'd say, is likely to start because it seems like a formulaic tactic at this point, But I think Kamada is the one to get here. At 11 coins as well, if you do fancy Japan, Daichi Kamada at 11 coins is the man to get. Kramaric again as well. I think he was 11 coins for Croatia. He'll definitely 90% on, Petkovic should play. I think actually if Petkovic plays, actually Croatia could do really well in this game because Yeah, I think if Petkovic starts like this, could actually be. Yeah, Croatia might actually run. This is actually going to be a great game to watch. I don't want to try and forecast it yet until we see the teams. But when you see the teams as they are presented here, this is a well set up Croatia team against. Yeah, let's see, man. Let's see. That's a great team, but a great midfield. And I think Petkovic makes a big difference. Levaya's look tasty, but I think Petkovic is just a bit more imposing up there. And when you've got Kramaric and Perisic, it's just basically 5 players up there. That front 5 that's not Petkovic, but midfield 3 and whatever, they have all got quality, vision, and delivery and technique. And having a big guy up there that you can bounce passes off of, or whip a cross in for, or play a wee reverse pass for, that kind of idea, I think is great. Levaya should have been a good kind of model for that. I think even, you know, there's another guy floating around a while ago. I can't remember who his name is now. I can't remember now. Was it Orisic or something? I think he came off the bench in one of the games. Orisic. I think he's maybe played a few times in Kramaric. He's played centrally. But I think Petkovic will do very well in this game. Particularly if Tomiyasu isn't playing and it is Taniguchi comes in. Because Yoshida, Nagatomo and Sakai are all over 30. And yeah, they're European caliber, Japanese internationals, etc. But they're not world beaters, let's say. So guys like Perisic, Kramaric, Modric, you know, that I could see them having a good match in their own respect. And if they've got a big man up there that can, like I just explained, like bounce a pass off of or facilitate something, then it could be really good. I was going to start checking our this Twitter Spaces thing again, because we've been hanging about for 40 minutes. If nobody's kind of hanging about or anything, yeah, we've got a few guys still here. Yeah, I'm probably just going to end it because I don't think anyone's. No, we'll leave it on. We'll leave it on. We'll be optimistic. We'll leave it on. Hi everyone. Again, will he play the rest of the game? I don't know who we're talking about down there. Sorry, I've drafted Alisson, Jordi Alba, Enzo Fernandez, and Maeda. Interesting. Sommer will be back. Was ill. It wasn't an injury. Got you, Ian Sorare. Great catch, my man. On that one. So yeah, I think that's kind of where we're at for where the expected teams and everything are. So yeah, Tio, Paqueta for me plays, but that we kind of risk now. I'm thinking, I'm bringing myself kind of back to Kamada in a weird way. So let's look at the redraft again. So I did change. Yeah, so I've got these players locked in now, don't I? So let's look at midfield again. So I don't have any spare budget because I did upgrade to Tio, and I'm going to stick with that. I'm going to stick with Tio because I want him. But yeah, I could pick like McAllister or somebody else. Who else were we thinking? Yeah, so what's wrong with Deep? Yeah, McAllister's 14 coins. So he's the same price as Paqueta. And I think he could have, but again, Australia, it should be a really good game for Argentina, right? But will it be great on SO5? Is kind of the quandary I've got. Looking at Bruno, I'm talking Bruno up. I've not got the coins for him, but I'm looking at 14 as the budget again because I've upgraded to Tio at defense, which I'm quite happy to do because if I don't need to pick Van Dijk against America, I'll leave that for now. But yeah, around the 14 coin mark again. Danny Olmo I think is lying around here at 12. Could definitely pick him up. But again, will he score, get an assist against Morocco? I don't know if that's something I'm jumping up and down about, you know. There's Dani Alves. I've seen this in the End Product podcast. Dani Alves is a 12-point midfield option. It's just a rip-off, man. Danny Olmo, 12 coins. I think I want to stick with Paqueta. I think he will start over Fred. I don't see him starting fucking Fred against Korea. I think he starts Paqueta. If he does get Neymar as well. If he doesn't get Neymar, Paqueta starts as well. I think, I think I'm going to stick with it. Who was tempting me right at the very end there when we were looking at these games? I think it might have even been Kramaric as a forward. Any of these guys in midfield that don't particularly... Is Perisic a mid? Is Perisic a mid? Or is he a forward? Kovacic? Yeah, Perisic will be a forward, won't he? So you can get the Modric mid card. Yeah. Yeah, I'm kind of tempted by like Alexis McAllister. Because then what would that... No, it doesn't really pair me up with anything. I'm kind of after French, Brazilian, or Argentinian, I suppose, because Lautaro. But again, we were not playing Lautaro. Because he's not going to be playing. Yeah, I'm sticking with my guns. I'm sticking with Paqueta because I think he could be a great... Yeah, he's also going to be a great differentiator. If he does spank 100 in this game somehow, you know, I don't think there are going to be many people with him. Even if I can win big on one game week, I'll take that. Everyone's saying Captain Griezmann, so I'm probably going to go for that. Yeah, and we're basically back in France and Brazil. And this is what I forecasted to be the final, is France and Brazil. So this is kind of what I should be building towards, or should have been, yeah. yeah, so I'm quite happy with that. And Martinez, yeah, I'm just going with the clean sheet for Argentina, really there. I think that's the only thing I'm happy to go with outside of Messi. So yeah, I'm quite happy with that. I've built some other teams as well for this week. I'll show you them in case you're interested. But I've got an all-star rare team. The goalkeeper's not going to play, of course. But I've got 4 guys. Maybe they go and get 200 points, go get some ETH. That's kind of all we're kind of hoping for there. Under 23s, we don't need a goalkeeper, of course. So it's just these 4 cards. They've all got good games. I hope, I think, maybe. So let's see how they get on. All-Star Unlimited, these D2 cards are coming into their own. They're kind of giving me some utility here, along with Captain Kramaric. So I think he could do pretty well in All-Star Unlimited for me. And then, like I showed you some of the national team cards, if you just get a team out, like the only players I've got actually at the World Cup here is Sorare and Tanaka. The other guys aren't, but I can deploy them, and 100% of people win in this division. So you will win a card, guaranteed, as long as you can field a team in it. So I'm just doing that as often as I can, really. I've got a good underdog limited team, I think. It's just all maybe Camavinga. I just thought maybe Camavinga comes off the bench and gets an assist or something. And then, yeah, Carter Vickers maybe starts. Maybe Maeda starts. Hakimi probably starts. But I didn't really have anywhere else. Like, yeah, maybe I could play Hakimi in under 23, I suppose. Yeah, I probably should play him under 23, I suppose. Over Boyamo. And I'll put Boyamo in underdogs. I think his L5 and everything's bad anyway. Yeah, let's swap that around. Let's get Hakimi in the better team. Hakimi in there. We'll swap that around. And then, yeah, we'll put Boyamo into this underdog team. Boyamo. What was that? See. Okay. See requirements? I don't get it. Oh, somebody's score changed or something? No, Carter Vickers' scores went up to 51. Jumping Jimmies. Well, I've got Boyamo. Oh, Jesus Christ. This is giving me this is giving me something to do. Hold on a minute. Right, Boyamo. Right, and then we need another under 50 player. Yeah, I could put Sarfino's probably going to come off the bench. I'm not that excited about that. I only want to see limited cards. So who else am I going to play? Who actually could feature, who's not been put in a team yet. Yeah, maybe it is just Sarfino here. Suleiman, I could play him. You maybe come off the bench for Ibiza. Yeah, cool. I think that's, and then yeah, I think that's all the teams I've picked basically for this game week. Actually, in basketball, guys, I've got a team that's doing pretty well as well. So I managed to pick. I guess we'll kind of finish up this back end of the stream. Is Phil fit to play? Yeah, Milan Scout feels fit to play. Everyone's sleeping on Tumeni. AA says World Football Tips. Would have joined on Spaces, but I'm in the gym, says Chani. Oh, good to hear, my man. Maybe next time. Tamagotchi, sorry, Mikey boy, if that's what I said earlier on. Who's up next for Croatia? Midfield, next generation Modric. Good question. Luka Sucic is probably what all the guys in the crowd want to hear. I would actually need to investigate that off the top of my head. I've not actually looked at the Croatia bench. Let's have a wee peek. That's piqued my interest. So where is Croatia? Let's look at their last game. Yeah, Morocco. Lineups. Oh, it's Canada. I beg your pardon. Where's Croatia there? Oh, Belgium. Cool. Lineups. And yeah, midfielders on the bench. Who did they have? They had Lover Meyer. He's very highly rated and does very well. Pasalic, I'm a big fan of. I don't think he's quite a next-gen guy. He's kind of current gen. You know, he's kind of in the middle of... He's not quite Modric old, but he's definitely not young anymore, Pasalic. I don't even know where he is, but he's like 25 or something. But yeah, Luka Sucic. Vlasic is the same as Pasalic, I would also say, is like this gen. But Lover Meyer and Luka Sucic are probably the guys that are the answer to your question, alongside Kovacic, in my opinion. Yeah, I think Brozovic is decent, but I don't think he's amazing. I think Kovacic is like wildly underrated in world football terms because like he's won all the Champions Leagues and he's done hundreds of stuff, you know, like. But yeah, it's just one of these guys, isn't he? Sometimes he gets slept on to an extent. So yeah, I've got my Global Cup team, done my rewards. I was going to show you the NBA team as well, because on the Sorare data, so actually what I've got here on page is my Global Cup team from the last game week. So finally Van Dijk done something. Martinez finally done something. But again, who did we win in the Global Cup? It was something naff anyway. Sabali. So this is the team that won Sabali. And these are the teams that won everything else. You know, they didn't have any points getting Didn't have any massive points or anything. But in basketball for game week 13, like, I built this team, right? And see this team on lineup builder, it looked amazing for rare contender. And I just went for it. And then now I'm in 179th with all my guys have played one of their 2 matches, and I've got a pretty good score on the board already, man. And if they can improve on their scores between the 5 of them by over, like, I don't know, let's say 28 points or so, which is like 6 points each, maybe. If they could do that, that'd be great. Get me right in among some of the fun stuff. And again, like, Trey Jones was on for a big score this week. I couldn't fit him into this team just with the points cap, but I had to play Marcus Smart, which looked like the only suboptimal pick in the team. But Marcus Smart, I think, actually outscored Trey Jones in the game 1, which is great. So as long as he outscores him again in game 2, that will actually have paid off for me, and this will be the best rare team I've ever put out. So I would be quite optimistic of how well it could do. I think Sexton was forecasted to score more in this match than what he did, as was Mathurin and Roddy. So I'm hoping Claxon gets a better game. I think they all can have a better game, so let's just cross our fingers on that. Wee bit of basketball action on the go in the background. But yeah, I'm going to chill back for a minute, guys, and we'll get some action with the live chat, see what you are saying about the draft. We've been going for about 50 minutes or so. I always like to, I think a stream should always last about an hour or so. So I'm just going to sit and chill with you for a little bit and see what I've been missing in the live chat. So I've been catching all the main nuggets that I see flying up there. We'll check out the spaces and we'll see if there's anyone actually in it. No, I don't think anyone's even. No, there's only 2 people. The 2 people that are in it, I'm sorry, I'm going to just close it now, right? Just so that, yeah. Catch you later. Thanks very much for joining, by the way. Really appreciate it. There we go. Right, so that was naff. Just thought I would try it, why not? I had Bruno and Pepe in my team, says Marco Marquez, and he's played with Richarlison as well. Interesting. So yeah, some really difficult picks this week, I think, and depending on what you need in your team, like, I think I really need midfield, and see, as I say that out loud, I'm really questioning myself on Paqueta. Am I just doing this out of blind? I think he's going to have a great World Cup, and he's not done it in the group stages yet. So by that logic, like, it happens in the knockouts, and the first game of the knockouts is against Korea, and like, that should be a good game for somebody like Lucas Paqueta, especially if Neymar and Rafinha and Vinicius are all playing, and Richarlison, of course. Could be a fantastic game to be the number 10 in. Don't think a lot of people will pick him. And I think he's Neymar proof. If Neymar doesn't play, he plays better probably. And if Neymar does play, he probably plays just as expected. It's probably one of the safest games to predict. And as I say that, I don't want to jinx it, but it's Australia and Argentina and Brazil, Korea are the 2 games everyone's looking at. Those 2 teams have to meet each other in the semi-finals, you would imagine. Another end, yeah, we've already went through the tree and everything, but yeah, let me know. I had De Bruyne and Darwin in my first team. Ouch. I had to reform the whole thing. Darwin, I don't know. Very optimistic, buddy. Very optimistic, but fair play. On the De Bruyne, I'm definitely with you on that. Pain fist bump. Mohamed Abdel. Oh no, I think there was a wee chat going on back here. Konate is very good at 11 points because I think he has a straight 50-50 with Varane. And I think the noises that we heard from the French camp and from Dede Deschamps, that he likes that Konate, Upamecano have a partnership. If you're playing Upamecano, I don't think it's 50-50 with Varane. I think 60-40 in favour of Varane. I think it's very much 50-50. And at 11 points, like, wow, it could be an apex defender pick for sure. Sommer had the flu. Thanks very much, guys. I've drafted Alisson. Oh, no, I've caught that from Mikey Basson. But yeah, Alba, Enza Fernandez, and Maeda. Good picks all round. Morocco have some political beef with Spain, but it ain't bad as Iran and USA. Cool. I didn't know it was anything kind of outside, yeah. I just thought maybe be like, I'm trying to think of another example. But like, I guess, I don't know, like Irish people in Scotland sometimes, I don't know, Port Ireland and whatever. Quinny, do you think I safe or take a risk? 42 points behind first overs. Well, I don't know what Tevin... So Tevin is riding super high in the overall leaderboard. He's winning my private league at the moment. And he's asking, do we play it safe for this round? He's 42 points behind. I think playing it safe has to... So, this... and I've not... Yeah, but who knows... how this tournament's going to be won and lost, right? But the way I'm thinking about this and the way I would suspect, like in that, because right up there's going to be some repeat players above you, like Bellingham or Saka or Kane. Or there's going to be somebody out there who killed the group stages who will not do anything in the knockout rounds. I can guarantee you there's going to be players above you in teams that are that's the way they're going to roll. So it's how many knives are going to fall, and the ones that don't, how well are they going to do? So I think guys that have definite, they're not going to let you, they're not going to do less than 55 or something like that. They're not going to do less than 60 on AA. If that's what you're forecasting, for example, but they're probably not going to go over 80. I don't know if you can find players in that kind of range of that kind of certainty that, and I mean the kind of certainty that people used when they picked their match day one teams, because so many people targeted match day one as the match day to go for. There were so many one-sided fixtures on paper, and a lot of the early ones came off, of course, like we've seen on the leaderboard. But in the group stages, again, we're in that kind of situation of like you can draft for each game, so we can see the projected teams. We know who's kind of expected to win. If it goes to extra time, is even better, I think, as well. Traditionally it's so rare anyway. Penalties don't count for anything, of course, but. So I think if you fancy, I think it's kind of back in sides of the tree and teams now in line with, what you think is going to win. I'm playing it safe, trying to have players who get in the final. Yeah, that's probably a fair shout as well. Sorare, Josh. But again, like, I think if you're super high, like, you can redraft it every turn, so like, I guess it depends how many players you've got that you think don't make the next round. Or then in the next round are not, they're playing each other and they're a problem or something, I think that's kind of part of the consideration maybe also. But I would very much like, because you can redraft after every round, that's what they've told us, isn't it? I'm not wrong when I say that. Then why don't you just, like, I need a mid, get the best one you can and then go from there, Hopefully good luck to both of you, man. I'd love to see both of you finish top 5. That would be incredible. If 2 people from the live streams were getting there, that'd be fantastic. I need a new midfielder and an extra striker because they are out of the World Cup. So I want to get Mbappe and Enzo Fernandez. Gaming with Yusuf, great shouts. Why not? Yeah, take both of them. They're both fantastic. Enzo Fernandez, but I think at 15, 16 coins, I think you could basically pick any midfielder. So do bear that in mind as well. Check what Enzo's price is versus somebody else, and that you might find a surprising comparison that you think is safer or better. Building towards my final team. GG to, yeah. That's nice wee kind of camaraderie in there. Love to see that. My team is Lloris, Theo Hernandez, McAllister, Enzo, and Mbappe. Tom Rosima, I love your team, except the goalkeeper. I'd rather have Emmy. But I love that team, man. That's a great team. But the redraft get 0%. Yeah, so you're getting, of course, yeah. So the new cards that come in, of course, we've not got XP on them, so you want some guys in earlier rather than later, I guess, for sure. XP bonus is going to be real important come the end of it, of course. So there, Josh, that's a fantastic point to make. So again, there is a bit of duality there, I suppose, isn't there, between the ones that you want to kick off in this game week, as well as they can do it, all the way to the final. And yeah, well, I suppose, I've kind of followed that, because I think the final is France and Brazil. So I didn't really have them in the group stages, really. I had Griezmann, and I thought Brazil, I just didn't really pick anyone from Brazil for different reasons, but anyway. So I think, I'm kind of building in that same way, I suppose, as well. It makes me feel a bit better about Paqueta. I guess if I was playing this safe, Paqueta's not the safe pick, it's Casemiro, because he's obviously going to play. So I think that's probably, I don't know if, Rafinha's not a midfielder or something, is he? So let's look at Brazil. Midfield. Paqueta, yeah, they've got nobody. Yeah, Paqueta's the man. Paqueta's going to be the sneaky one. But again, there's so many other good guys, I think, that are actually kind of cheaper. But yeah, no. But I guess that's the kind of logic I've used. I've built for the final. But I do think that France and Brazil have got 2 of the easiest games of the round as well. And I think I'm getting the goalkeeper. Yeah, so I think I've got a great... I'm sticking with it. I'm sticking with it. But yeah, it's fun. This is where it gets really interesting now, because every one of these games, the leaderboard is going to change so much. And on top of that as well, teams are out of the World Cup, and then people are through at the quarterfinals. There's going to be so much drama with red cards, with VAR, extra time, penalties. This match day is going to be amazing. Like it's going to be, I think it's going to be so much fun with everyone being involved. And like I said earlier, like this is the moment as I'm live speaking to you now, it's bang on 10 o'clock in the UK. The deadline is in 4 hours from now. This takes 5 minutes. Like it takes 5 minutes to draft a team. If you haven't done it already, make sure you do. It's free to enter, and you could win in this game week. You know, you don't need to worry about everything that's gone behind you. You can start now and play in this game week, and you could finish first. You could win number one for this week. You could do that. In the next 3 hours, you could pick that team. How amazing would that be? So yeah, I wonder what team. I'm just looking at these cards that I got again. So I got this Silver Series Andre Ayew, which is the best one of these little things I've won yet. And yeah, don't really care too much about it. It's Andre Ayew, but hey, if somebody's going to pick up Ghana, then yeah, give me a holler. And I've got a Welshman as well, a little bronze one, and I got a little bronze Qatar guy. So nothing amazing to this point, but I guess yeah, the wee Silver Ayew is nice. XP. All you are talking about is XP now. I'm just replacing players lost first off. Yeah, I'm kind of doing that. Yeah, yeah, I think we're all kind of in the same boat, I guess. Jacob, love this team by the way. Unai Simon, Jordi Alba, Enzo, Richarlison, Messi. Jacob, I'll race you to the top. That's a great team, mate. Good luck to Tevin, everyone, guys. Well, I wish the guys luck. Sorare, Josh, and Tevin. There is so many choices. The price change every day has been interesting. As the prices changed every day, that is interesting. So I guess like getting your favourites nailed in quickly. Or then does it make you redraft again? That'd be a pain in the ass, actually, doesn't it? It's 1 p.m. here in Qatar. Oh, Anna, if you're in Qatar, yeah, well, it's 10 a.m. where I am. Now I've started the stream at 9. So the deadline is like 3-4 hours away. I know, Anna, you've got your team in already, of course. But aye, Jacob, great team, my man. And yeah, fist bump, my man. Thanks for joining the stream. And Tom Rosima, of course. I don't think you got your fist bump on arrival, but I loved your team as well. And I've just seen Non-Stick Llama, fist bump, my man. Needed a mid and went with Kovacic. Fantastic. And he's he's a great safe pick, I think, you know, because he doesn't really get subbed off, I don't think. I think he's a good 90-minute man for Croatia. Yes, I think that's a great one. Non-Stick Llama. First time I've seen you in a little while, my man, I think. So, good to see you, my man. Send that Ayew to Suarez. Is Suarez, by the way, I seen is Suarez on this? There was a mad Luis Suarez. I seen some sort of joke. No, he's not on this, no. I seen a joke. Who was it that put it? Was it Sam Tag? I think it was Sam Tag, and it was like Luis Suarez is typing. And when you said that there, I thought, oh, has he got a Sorare account? I went and looked it up. He doesn't. How many points have you with your team? My team overall, actually, that's a great point. Let's go and have a look at my team. Overall, I'm in the top, like, I want to say 10-20% or something. Team, or no, it's not this. I think I want to go into live or past, and then Global Cup, leaderboard, and then I'm on like 7. I know I'm just under 800, I think, but this isn't. It's just showing me the match day. Leaderboard. Global Cup, leaderboard. Overall, there we go. 799 I'm on. Number 1. Wow. How many points? They're like a full game week ahead of me. I'm not going to catch up with them, man. Wow, yeah, that's a full game week. Yeah, I've basically had write-offs every game week. I've had like a player or two that has just, yeah, that actually makes out perfect sense. So, yeah, I need some of these guys to like, I need their teams to just fall off a cliff. It's not going to happen, of course, but even as I go back to, yeah, man, this is the top 50 or so. I'm not going to get anywhere near the top 50, but a man can dream. Right, so I'm in 132, so I'm in the top, like, yeah, 25% or something, top quarter, which is not great. But De Bruyne has been the big handicap, and then Lautaro has had a goal disallowed. Griezmann had goals disallowed. So much crap went against me in that respect. So, yeah, What was the prize? So yeah, and now I'll check again just because we're talking about all this. Is the prize pool, right? So for the individual match day, I think I'm actually capable of getting in amongst anything and maybe winning something decent. I think my team's good enough again. And overall, oof, man, I think, yeah, maybe like unlimited. If I could get unlimited, I'd be happy. I don't think I'm going to get into the top 200. I think that is maybe the, can I actually look at it? The prize? No, this is not looking at the leaderboard on it again. So yeah, I'm probably not going to get into that territory. It'd be really hard to. But yeah, if I could sneak into unlimited in the overalls, that would be fine. And if on any given match day, I would hope I could break a top prize at least once. Matt James, fist bump, good to see you. I'm glad you're having a good time, my man. Oh, gaming with Yusuf, you're keeping the receipts, mate. That's just agony, mate. Don't do that. Don't do that. Gaming with Yusuf, don't. It's good to it's actually good for a period of time to look at that and use it as data analysis for self-improvement. But, you know, appropriate it and move on. You know, don't let that come into this game round. Gaming with Yusuf, move on. Like, put that behind you now. Keeps getting better. Came like, what? So maybe I've read that wrong. So I came 200 on MD2. I came 81 on MD. Oh, sorry. Oh, sorry. I'm sorry. I don't know what the hell. I don't know, mate. I think it was some of these words in here. I don't know what it was. Something in here totally screwed me up there. And I thought you were talking about match day 1. You would have came this, and then the same thing happened to match day 2. But as I've read that, your team has slowly moved up. And it's actually the opposite of what I was reading. That's mad. So fantastic gaming with you. So so you're now moving up to 7th place, 7,000 of. So if you can crack it this time, you jumped up 75,000 places last time. So by that ratio, if you jumped up, you could get into the top 2,000 maybe by the end of this game week or so. Got to fly. Good luck. Fist bump, my man. To everyone, thanks a lot to everyone who's joined us. It's not too far off the end of the stream anyway. So thanks very much to everyone who's been involved. And yeah, have a good weekend. Enjoy your game week. Congratulations again to Callum, the prize winner. And I will see you on the next one. Take care. Bye-bye. Sasa's off TikTok. And then I'm still here with you guys, which is fine. I'm here for another wee minute. And